Human life on earth is like serving in the army. Yes, we drudge through our days like a hired worker, like a slave longing for shade, like a worker thinking only of his wages. So I am assigned months of meaningless, troubled nights are my lot. When I lie down, I ask, when can I get up? But the night is long, and I keep tossing to and fro until daybreak. My flesh is clothed with worms and dirt. My skin forms scabs that ooze pus. My days pass more swiftly than a weaver's shuttle and come to their end without hope. Remember that my life is but a breath. My eyes will never again see good times. The eye that now sees me will see me no more. While your eyes are on me, I will be gone, like a cloud dissolving and disappearing. And so he descends to Sheol, won't come back up. He will not return again to the house, and his home will know him no more. Therefore I will not restrain my mouth, but I will speak in my anguish of spirit, and complain in my bitterness of soul. Am I the sea, or some sea monster, that you put a guard over me? When I think that my bed will comfort me, that my couch will relieve my complaint, then you terrify me with dreams and frighten me with visions. I would rather be strangled. Death would be better than these bones of mine. I hate it. I won't live forever, so leave me alone, for my life means nothing. What are mere mortals that you make so much of them? Why do you keep them on your mind? Why examine them every morning and test them every moment? Won't you ever take your eyes off me, at least long enough for me to swallow my spit? Suppose I do sin. How do I harm you, you scrutinizer of humanity? Why have you made me your target, so that I am burdened to you? Why don't you pardon my offense and take away my guilt? For soon I will lie down in the dust. You will seek me, but I will be gone. Bildad and Suki spoke next. How long will you go on talking like this? What you are saying is raging wind. Does God distort judgment? Does Shaddai pervert justice? Is your children sinned against him? If your children has sinned against him, he left them to be victims of their own offense. If you will earnestly seek God and plead for Shaddai's favor, if you are pure and upright, then he will rouse himself for you and fulfill your needs. Then, although your beginnings were small, your future will be very great indeed. Ask the older generation and consider what their ancestors found out. For we who were born yesterday know nothing. Our days on earth are but a shadow. They will teach you, they will tell you. They will say what is in their hearts. Can papyrus grow except in a marsh? Can swamp grass flourish without water? While still green before cutting down, it dries up faster than any other plant. Such are the paths of those who forget God. The hope of the hypocrite will perish. His confidence is mere gossamer. His trust is a spider's web. He can lean on his own house. He can lean on his house, but it won't stand. He can hold on it, but it won't last. For its destruction will come like the lush growth of a plant in the sun. Its shoots may spread out all over the garden, but meanwhile its roots cause the stone house to collapse, and it seizes hold of the rocks. Someone who tears it away from its place denies it has ever seen it. Yes, this is for joy, the way of the godless. And out of the dust will spring up others like him. Look, God will not reject a blameless man, nor will he uphold wrongdoers. He will yet fill your mouth with laughter and your lips with shouts of joy. Those who hate you will be clothed with shame, and the tent of the wicked will cease to exist. Then Iyov responded, Indeed, I know that this is so. But how can a human win a case against God? Whoever might want to argue with him could not answer him one question in 1,000. His heart is so wise, his strength is so great. Who can resist him and succeed? He moves the mountains, although they don't know it. When he overturns them with his anger, he shakes the earth from its place. Its supporting pillars tremble. He commands the sun, it fails to rise. He shuts up the stars under his seal. He alone spreads out the sky and walks on the waves of the sea. He made the great bear, Orion, the Pleiades, and the hidden constellations of the south. He does great, unsearchable things, wonders beyond counting. He can go right by me, and I don't see him. He moves past without being about me being aware of him. If he kills people, who will ask why? Who will say to him, "What are you doing?" God will not withdraw his anger. Even Rahab's supporters submit to him. How much less can I answer him and select my arguments against him? Even if I were right, I wouldn't answer. I could only ask for mercy from my judge. If I summoned him and he answered me, I still can't believe he would listen to my plea. He could break me with a storm. He could multiply my wounds for no reason, to the point where I couldn't even breathe. With such bitterness, he could fill me. If it's a matter of force, look how mighty he is. If justice, who can summon him in court? Even if I'm right, with my own mouth will condemn me. If I'm innocent, it would pronounce me guilty. If I'm innocent, don't I know myself? But I've had enough of this life of mine. So I say at all the same, he destroys innocent and wicked alike. When disaster brings sudden death, he laughs at the plight of the innocent. The earth has been given to the power of the wicked. He covers the faces of its judges. If it isn't he, who is it? My days pass on more swiftly than a runner. They flee without seeing anything good. They skim by like skiffs built of reeds, like an eagle swooping down on its prey. If I say, I'll forget my complaining, I'll put off my sad face and be cheerful, I'm still afraid of all my pain. I know you would not hold me innocent. I would be condemned. So why waste my efforts? Even if I wash myself in melted snow and cleanse my hands with lye, you would plunge me into the muddy pit till my own clothes would detest me. For he is not merely human like me. There is no answer that I could give him. If there were to come together in court, there is no arbitrator between us. Who could lay his hand on us both? If he would remove his rod from me and not let his terror frighten me, then I would speak without fear of him. But when I'm alone, I'm not afraid.